Okay, speaking of horror movies, we saw an actual horror movie this week with werewolves.
The werewolf movie you've been waiting to see.
Were, W-E-R, from 2013.
And I had never heard of this even before.
I had never heard of this either. A couple weeks ago, I was looking for a foreign werewolf movie because I couldn't think of any, and put the call out on Twitter, and somebody suggested, hey, get Were from 2013.
And this is sort of a foreign movie.
Close enough.
Yeah.
It's not foreign language,
but it's in France.
Yeah, it takes place in France.
Mm-hmm.
Director, William Brent Bell. Written by William Brent Bell and Matthew Peterman. Stars A.J. Cook, Brian Scott O'Connor, and Sebastian Roché.
Are we giving spoilers in this?
1 hour, 29 minutes, and there's a spoiler.
we should warn people if we're giving spoilers on this one.
First of all, we
this
both
is one...
really like this movie.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to give it a good thumbs up, but you should probably pause the video or pause the podcast, watch this, and then come back. Because there are some really good surprises.
There are,
this.
yeah. You wonder,
and we're going to spoil it.
You wonder what's going on, and you find out, and we don't want to tell you without warning you that we're going to tell you, or mention various things. Going and watching it cold, I think I really enjoyed it more.
I'm going to go a solid 9 on this one.
Me too.
Okay. Yeah. So
we
both
not
like
quite
it.
Perfect, but it was really good.
Here we go. A family was vacationing in rural France. The family dog goes berserk and runs off, and the husband goes after him. He's killed by the werewolf, mostly off-screen, who then eats the son, too.
And this
also
is
off-screen.
This is a footage they were filming, and so we see the footage, and then there's a news montage.
Yeah, it's not a found footage movie, but this part is.
Yeah, story, news montage explains what happened, and they're, well, you might be the next thing
the mother
talking about.
Eats the son too. Then the mother wakes up in the hospital and is interviewed by the police.
Mm-hmm.
The news reports that it's an animal attack, but they can't figure out what kind of animal. The mother explains on police tape that it was more of a hairy man than an animal.
Mm-hmm.
She's pretty torn up, so her testimony isn't real reliable. Talan Gwynek is then arrested for the murder. He lives 2 miles from the attack, but he had no motive or criminal history. The public defender, Kate, is an American lawyer, and she's pretty sure she can get him off since it was just an animal attack.
Mm.
The lawyer goes to visit him, and they say that he's got a strange disease called porphyria. He's over 7 feet tall, has huge hands, limited mobility, and he's really, really hairy. His bones are too long and too weak for his body.
And he seems really meek and...
He does. He's
unhealthy.
Very quiet.
Yeah.
Still, the guards are terrified of him because he's like Chewbacca size.
Yeah.
But she demands they take the cuffs off. Things go badly, and he scratches Gavin, one of the defenders as helpers, in the scuffle.
Well, they had a history. He was a animal expert that she brought in. And
to identify the animal bite and testify if necessary.
Yeah, and they had a relationship in the past. Ex-boyfriend thing.
Talan's father recently died in a car accident. His mother thinks the police have targeted Talan because they want the family's land to make a nuclear waste dumping ground. I mean, of all the things to buy land for.
Special clay. It's especially dense on their land, and so the government wants it, and they've been holding out.
The police immediately deny any connection to the waste dump proposal. Oh, not us. We didn't know.
Yeah.
The defender goes to look at the bodies in the morgue, and there's surprisingly little left of the man and the boy.
And it's very graphic.
Yeah, it's got some good dummy model work there.
And they were seriously eaten.
Eaten, yes. Not just bitten, eaten.
Eaten, yeah.
Talan cannot remember what he was doing the night of the attack, as he has episodes every once in a while. Evidence shows up that may indicate that the father's car accident was suspicious. Could the police be involved in a cover-up? No. Meanwhile, Gavin starts getting sick. Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
It looks like it, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know how these movies work. It probably is. The inspector gets a call from a farmer whose livestock was just attacked by a monster from hell. It turns out there's a large grizzly bear on the loose, and the police kill it pretty easily.
But that in itself is freakish, too, because the police inspector says there hasn't been a bear in France in 200 years.
Yeah, and it's a big bear, too.
Yeah. So that's kind of but it's kind of a red herring. That, it was just a bear then.
But it's not enough to get Talan off the hook. They then transfer Talan to the hospital where they can test for porphyria, which involves a strobing light.
And meanwhile, too, while this is going on, the lawyer's other associate is replaying the video scuffle in the cell. It was kind of a confusing thing. He didn't really attack them, but, they all jumped on him, and Gavin was scratched in the process. It's not real clear
Who did what?
Who scratched him. Yeah, and so there's some question, is he a werewolf? Is anybody a werewolf? And
even after watching the tape 3 or 4
there's
times,
up to a certain
you can't see
point,
what happens.
There's up to a certain clear point in the movie. And then you don't wonder anymore. Yeah.
Okay, so when the strobing light is applied, he hulks out on the guys in the surgical theater. If you've seen the Marvel Hulk movies, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Busts out of his restraints, kills
everyone,
half a dozen people graphically, violently. Yeah, just tears the place up and runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric starts researching werewolves and sees on the recording that Talan bit Gavin. It wasn't just a scratch.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight is going to be the full moon, someone mentions. Gavin then tests himself for porphyria, slicing his own eyeball with a glass slide in the process. You got to take a piece of glass and rub it to your eyeball.
Tissue sample.
Yeah, he's not very good at it and cuts his eyeball.
Well, you're not supposed to.
It's just a gore shot.
Yeah.
They track Talan to a building downtown, and after a standoff, Talan finally changes into his final form and kills a bunch more cops.
Heavily armored.
Oh yeah, these guys are
police.
machine gun, and bulletproof vests, and he tears them up.
And then he jumps out the 10th floor window and lands on all fours, and he's just fine.
He's just boom, and runs away.
And runs away, yeah.
Gavin tells Kate about his injury, the infection, and what he thinks may happen to him, and then he gives her a gun, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
The others go hunting from Talan and leave Gavin behind. They track Talan to a cave full of human bones.
On the farm.
Mm-hmm. Gavin finds a secret room back at the house. Inside the secret room is a secure chair, presumably where they would tie Talan up once a month.
The timeout chair.
Yeah. The inspector shoots Talan about a dozen times. Talan's got to be dead now.
Laughs it off.
No,
he doesn't laugh it off, but
they shoot him. He falls down. They all assume he's dead. And they load him into the ambulance and take him to the morgue.
And he was completely faking it.
Yeah, he's faking it.
And that scene I thought was so awesome because they show the convoy of not military, police vehicles. Ambulance, police. Helicopter overhead following, and you see the ambulance start to swerve a little bit, and then run
what's
off the
happening
road
inside.
and flip over, and he wasn't dead.
Meanwhile, Gavin finds Talan's mother and beats her to death. It's kind of out of the blue there. Rather than become...
the rage is coming on him.
Okay,
the wolf rage is starting to affect him.
You'd be mad too.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than become a normal-looking werewolf...
Well, because she knew all this time and she was covering him.
Yeah, sure.
And he was pretty pissed off about that.
Rather than become a normal-looking werewolf, he shaves his head. Rather than a hairy werewolf, he now looks like the guy from Split.
Yeah, a little bit.
They load Talan's body into an ambulance, but he escapes once again, running on all fours like a big dog. It's really good effect.
And very fast.
Yeah, very fast.
Yeah.
Before long, Kate's the only one left, and Talan catches her. Gavin intervenes, and soon it's werewolf versus werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets good.
Yeah. Well, it's been good. Yeah.
It's been good for a while at that point.
Yeah. It was short, and they got to the point, and very entertaining, and gory, and actiony, and
no slow points.
No.
A lot of explanation in the beginning, but it's interesting, and the end is a lot of action.
Yeah, and I really like how they made you wonder.
For a while, we suspected it may have been the police inspector was the werewolf.
That he was covering the whole thing up.
Yeah.
That transition where it becomes very clear.
The suspect from the beginning really is the bad guy here.
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't look it.
Yeah.
This is not a found footage movie, so why did the director use a handheld shaky cam so much?
Yeah, a little bit too much.
It's generally used as a trick to make boring scenes look more interesting. The problem is that the exposition in this movie isn't boring. Mm-mm. So the shaky cam is just kind of obnoxious.
Yeah, director's choice.
Didn't like that part.
Yeah, could have done without that.
Porphyria is a real disease, and the symptoms are often cited as one of the possible sources of the original vampire myths. For real. Look it up on Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm.
It involves an aversion to sunlight, anemia, and other blood-related symptoms. It's not really that similar to a werewolf symptoms, though. But it's a story, not a medical drama.
Yeah.
If it was a vampire movie and they blamed it on porphyria, that would make a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm.
The movie starts out a little slow, but it picks up about halfway in. It's got a lot of surprises, and the ending is very good. Totally recommend watching this one.
Mm-hmm. Total thumbs up.
Best werewolf movie I've seen this year.
It's one of my favorite werewolf movies.
What other ones have we seen this year?
We saw
High Moon.
High
That's
Moon.
not much of a competitor.
I was going to say Full Moon, High Moon.
Yeah.
That's the only one we've seen this year, isn't it? Werewolves? Only
Werewolf of London.
Oh, yeah.
But that's kind of a classic and not great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was...
Okay, so we haven't seen that many werewolf movies on this show yet.
Not this year.
We got more coming.
Mm-hmm.